Hey, this is The Social Tea, and I'm Sharonda Lee. I talk about all things social, including celebrity news, reality shows, what's going on in pop culture, local news, and more here in these YouTube streets. Now, we know folks always get in their feelings about what's said here on social media, so I must say, what's stated here is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Make sure you visit my website at www.thesocialteatalkmedia.com and also follow me on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, also known as X, and TikTok. Also check out my podcast, The Social Tea, Off the Air, on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Now, y'all, I stay on ready, so make sure you subscribe to my backup channel. I am Sharonda Lee, The Social Tea, here on YouTube. Now, before we get into it, make sure you hit that notification bell, like, share this with everyone you know, and subscribe. Now, with all that being said, relax, get comfortable, and let's get into the tea. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Real Housewives of Potomac, an iconic ending, episode 18, the last full episode before the reunion. This episode was pretty much about the fight that happened between Kalarna, which is Wendy's friend, and Deborah, which is Ashley's friend. Now, the episode starts off with Ashley asking the camera crew and producers, "Are we done?" Um, what I will say is I went online. I wanted to go online to get to test the temperature or the waters of how everyone felt about this past episode. And like I said, even though we heard Candace's voice, the fight actually was between Kalarna and Deborah. I was able to see, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to pin the TMZ actual shot or 2-minute video of the actual fight. Again, in my opinion on the fight, because so much happened with this show this week. Uh, just I'm giving a recap of the episode, but a lot happened this week as well in regards to the people on the show. But getting back to the fight, when Ashley asked that, and I pretty much seen everything into play, and I watched the episode, then I went online and I actually seen the fight on TMZ's website, the camera footage, and then I'm reading the comments. I pretty much feel like that situation was a whole setup. Like, why would Ashley ask that? And then the fight happened. And then you can blatantly hear Deborah asking Candace if she has anything to say to her. And Candace said absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. Um, and that should have been the end of it. But I feel like Deborah's in her feelings because Candace is a wordsmith and Candace coined her to be Sesame Street. She's the Cookie Monster. And so now that's her name on the internet streets. She feels some type of way about that. Um, and I think that's pretty much where the fight pretty much started, because you can't get mad at Candace for being upset that you lied on her husband, saying that basically her husband was flirting with you, because clearly we see on camera that her husband was not even paying you any attention. He didn't even look your way. So if I was Candace, I would be pissed off, because it felt like last season that was the narrative to try to make her husband look bad. And if I'm gonna call a bitch Sesame Street, I'm gonna call a bitch Sesame Street. She just gonna have to deal with it. And I hate the fact that after this fight, people almost try to, well, no, not almost. People try to make it seem like it was Candace's fault. Oh, did you see her pick up a bottle? Okay, let me tell you, in my clubbing days, because I don't do clubs anymore, but when I used to go out in the clubs, and if you have an entourage of people and you're in a VIP section, if a fight breaks out, that is the first thing you're going to grab. You're going to grab a wine, a champagne bottle, a wine bottle, or whatever, because that's your first point of something to protect yourself. At the end of the day, if somebody's charging at you and looking like they about to put hands on you, I'm grabbing something and I'm gonna knock her or him in his head. Point blank, period. It is what it is. And my whole thing is nobody can handle Candace's mouth. Let's just call a thing a thing. Nobody can handle her mouth. Nobody can beat her when it comes back to the snappy and sassy comebacks. Nobody can beat her. So they're upset about that. They don't like her mouth. And my thing is, you can't expect to go in and say something about somebody and expect somebody not to talk back. I just don't I don't know how that goes. You expect this girl to be quiet and meek and milly mouth and not say nothing and not talk back when it comes to people saying things about her or her husband. But y'all constantly not Wendy, but Giselle and Robin are constantly coming at her. And yes, Candace made some remarks on social media about Robin, and I do agree with her to a certain extent. Basically, at the beginning of the season last year, Robin was pretty much on board with, no, I don't think Chris would do that to Giselle. I don't think he did any of. Maybe she took it the wrong way. Oh, we saw Robin, basically pleaded fifth. Oh, well, he would never do that. Then she gets on the reunion and do a whole 360. So what did Candace do? She went on the internet and she ran her mouth like she normally do. Now you supposed to be my friend, and here you are, you on the reunion, and you switched up. But all the while, it was your husband who actually had the scandal. It was your husband that actually had the scandal. He was seen out with two or three chicks in laundromats, nail salons, and he said he helped a perfect stranger, the girl that he was basically caught with. Um, he basically helped her because she was from Canada. Like, I don't get that. I don't understand that. How your dude, Robin, is just gonna help a perfect stranger and pay for her hotel room. Okay, I guess. Whatever. If Robin's cool with Juan messing around on her, then so be it. Who cares? But that's pretty much what the episode was about. They did go into their photos that they did. All in all, I think Ashley probably was the closest one to Dorothy Dandridge. However, I think they all were okay. I just think with Mia's photo, I think they really kind of missed the mark. Like I said on social media, when you think about Pam Grier, you think about Foxy Brown, you think about the afro, stacked afro. Um, that's what I see when I see Pam Grier. I mean, it like I said on social media, they should have went into DC, the hood of DC. They should have gave Mia a crop top and some Daisy Dukes with some platform shoes and a wig. That would have been Pam Grier all the way. But I digress. They didn't do that. I guess they was trying to stay classy, keeping it moving. Now, let's talk about Auntie Karen getting into a car accident this past week. Like, I'm gonna need Karen to do something about her drinking, because this is becoming a little bit too much. Like, I like Karen. That's the auntie. Like, that's the rich auntie that you go visit. You know what I'm saying? And you just chill with her. I like Karen. I don't even have a problem with her. I think she's a neutral person on this show. I think she's the voice of reason on the show. So I'm trying to find out. Maybe next season we'll find out if she comes back next season, like what's going on. But I think she's was hit with the DUI, and it's an article from Kohler that explains her her she didn't get arrested, but it explains pretty much what happened with her being pulled over. She did get arrested. Okay, she did get arrested. My bad. Karen Huger's car crash is more serious than initially thought. Karen Huger was recently booked for driving while under the influence. The Grand Dame of Potomac is one Maserati short. Karen Huger was under the influence when she crashed her car, destroying the vehicle while no one else was hurt. Huger, who stars on The Real Housewives of Potomac and prides herself on etiquette, also reportedly refused to take a breathalyzer while on the scene. The Montgomery County Police Department confirmed that the reality star cited for driving under the influence. Huger has related to TMZ about the incident that reads as follows. Thank you for your prayers and well wishes during this very frightening experience. I am still in shock from last night's incident, but grateful to be alive today. With the passing of my beloved mother, grief comes and goes in waves. And with Mother's Day approaching, it has felt more like a tsunami. Last night I met a girlfriend over dinner. We talked and brought up some very emotional, sensitive topics. I was crying on my way home and I saw a car heading right for me. I swerved to avoid a head-on collision, hit the divider and then a tree. I am hurt, bruised, up a bit, but I'm grateful to be alive. I would like to stress it is important to understand your emotional state when driving. And may this be a reminder to all those to use their seatbelts. My mother may be my guardian angel, but my seatbelt saved my life. Now nowhere in Karen Huger's statement does she bring up her DUI charge or whether she was actually refused to take a breathalyzer while on the scene. According to reports, there was no other car, but instead Huger hit the median and a crosswalk sign. There is no mention of another car by Radar Online in their report on it. And let's see. Also, let's talk about, I'm going in waves here. Let's talk about Mia and Gordon situation. Because like I said, the episode was more so about the fight, pretty much. And then we got at the end, pretty much of the episode, we got this back and forth between Mia and her husband Gordon. Basically, we're finding out that Mia and Gordon pretty much had an open marriage and he allowed her to do her, basically. And just there were stipulations on what she could and could not do. And Mia goes to see I guess this podcaster or DJ that she's known since high school. And I'm looking at Gordon and I would say he looks hurt. But this is what I'll say about that. Now I don't know if this is true or not, but Gordon divorced his first wife to marry Mia. In the words of the wise, you get them, you get them how you lose them, or however that goes. But he had to know that Mia married him for his money. She's honest about it. And I don't even dislike Mia. Like, you can't. She's not lying about who she is as a person. You can only take it or leave it. This is a reality TV. You're supposed to be upfront about who you are and what you're doing. So if that's what she says she's about, then how can anyone be mad at her? And so it seems as though things weren't going as planned, and he's in his feelings about it, and it is what it is. Also this week on Real Housewives of Potomac, Candace announces that she is leaving the show after 6 seasons. I am flabbergasted because I like Karen. I like Candace. She is one of my favorite housewives. And I'm going to read an article from People. Candace Dillard Bassett exits Real Housewives of Potomac after 6 seasons. She states, I am filled with gratitude. Candace Dillard Bassett is saying goodbye to the Real Housewives of Potomac. The singer who joined the series in season 3 tells People exclusively that she will not be returning to the reality series for its upcoming 9th season. As I embark on a new chapter after 6 remarkable years with the Real Housewives of Potomac, I am filled with gratitude for the enriching friendships, personal growth, and moments of introspection that have defined this journey. Dillard Bassett, 37, says, with a whirlwind of new opportunities and responsibilities on my plate, I have decided to take a break from Real Housewives of Potomac. She goes on to tease that her exit might only be temporary, noting, this is not farewell, but a see you later. The drop back songstress ends her note with a message of thanks to her fans. Your unwavering support has been my guiding light, and I look forward to exciting adventures that lie ahead, and more importantly, sharing them all with you, she says. Dillard Bassett's departure comes after a fractured season of Real Housewives of Potomac that saw her at odds with OG cast members and former friends Giselle Bryant and Robin Dixon. It remains unclear whether any are able to mend fences at the reunion. The trailer, which People premiered Friday, shows Dillard Bassett doubling down on her feelings towards the two, calling Dixon a loser, which she is. She's a follower. Robin's a follower, and standing by insults that she's thrown towards Bryant throughout the year. Executive producer and reunion host Andy Cohen has said that reconciliation was something that he was hoping for. The flaw of this season is that there are women who aren't able to find a common ground with some of the other women. So there are all these pockets of women that just won't even acknowledge each other, which is not a recipe for, good TV, he noted on his radio show, Sirius XM Andy Cohen Live, earlier this month. One of the hallmarks of the Housewives is finding a way to move forward. And so that makes kind of a directive for the Potomac reunion. Bravo famously does not comment on casting, but a source close to production confirmed to People that Dillard Bassett made the choice to leave the franchise on her own. Since she debuted on The Real Housewives of Potomac in 2018, Dillard Bassett has given the series some of the funniest one-liners. Yes, she is. She's a wordsmith. You have to give it to her. With her quick wit and ruthless reads, earning her a spot on Cohen's list of shade assassins. But that mouth often got her into trouble with some of her co-stars, leading to dramatic clashes that sometimes left viewers polarized. She also is one of the few housewives in history of the franchise to get married on the show. Her 2018 wedding to now husband Chris Bassett was featured in season 4. Before Real House of Potomac, Dillard Bassett made a name for herself in the pageant world, winning Miss United States in 2013, a graduate of Howard University, as she served a tenure in the White House Office of Public Engagement and Intergovernmental Affairs under President Barack Obama, and as a staffer for the President Obama's 2012 re-election campaign. Dillard Bassett has extended her talents into acting over the years with roles in films like 2020's The Christmas Lottery, Cruel Encounters, We Go Deep, and Water in the Broken Glass, as well as TV shows like Family Reunion, Dads Do It Too, Pivot Point, Curvy Girls Rock, and BET Her present The Waiting Room. She is a series regular on Hush, the hit Roku series. But music has been where Candace has really shined. She dropped her first album, Deep Space, in 2021. It included the hit Drive Back, which Bravo fans dubbed the song of the year at the 2023 Bravos. This is a full circle moment for me, and I thank you for being there from the beginning, she told the crowd while accepting the honor. And to my man, who this song was written about, no matter what miserable, sad souls may try to infiltrate our marriage, I will always drive back home to you. I love you. Thank you. Oh, that was cute. In addition to Real Housewives of Potomac, Dillard Bassett premiered on the third season of the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. It's unclear who else will be returning to the Real Housewives of Potomac next season. In addition to Bryant Dixon, season 8 also featured Karen Huger, Ashley Darby, and Dr. Wendy Osefo, Mia Thornton, and Nneka Alem, if that's how you pronounce her name. The Real Wives of Potomac, when it airs on Sunday on Bravo. And all episodes can be streamed on Peacock. Now, that being said, you see how that layout was. Karen got the people layout. She announced that she wasn't coming back. People picked up the story, and it is what it is. I'm mad that she's not coming back, but I think she needs a break. Maybe when she comes back, she'll have a baby when she comes back. But I think she needs to leave for her mental health because, like she said, when the fight broke out on this season, see how they're trying to blame this on me? No, I don't think that was her fault. Moving on. Now, there is a rumor that Robin will not be back for this coming season. If she doesn't come back, good. Let Giselle stand on her own. Now, I am reading from realityt.com. It says, rumor Robin Dixon exits Real Housewives of Potomac. Is the Real Housewives of Potomac losing one of its green-eyed bandits? The rumor is out that Robin Dixon, who has been a part of the cast since it began, is leaving the show. This follows the shocking news that Candace Dillard Bassett has also exited Real Housewives of Potomac. As I embark on a new chapter, I already read that. Bop, 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 bop. I am filled with gratitude for the enriching friends, personal growth, and moments of introspection that have defined this journey, Candace said. Her feud with Robin and Giselle Bryant certainly could have been a factor in her decision to peace out. I believe so. Robin has not said anything, but the Jasmine brand reported that Robin is leaving from Real Housewives of Potomac. And I believe that her and the Juan situation had a lot to do with it. Robin's storyline on the show has always been centered around her love for Juan Dixon. The couple was divorced when the show debuted. The duo fought their way through financial hardship and Juan's cheating scandals. In August 2022, Robin and Juan tied the knot again with their two sons, Corey and Carter, in attendance. Season 8 proved to be rough for the pair as they denied rumors that Juan cheated again. And they should have opened up about that story. People, when they got on her so bad, because how can you not say anything? You're being paid to be on reality TV, but then you go to your podcast and then go to Patreon and try to sell the story there. Like, no, girl, you should have told the whole story on the show. People would have had a little bit more respect for you, but you tried to hide it. And then when Candace's situation came out, which came out to be a lie, the girl said she lied, which came out to be a lie, you try to double down on her story and say her husband was cheating, when in fact your husband was caught. Anyway, but she finally admitted ahead of season 8 that Juan had a sus communication with a woman on social media. While on the show, Robin, who was showcased her business, her business-oriented side, she started a hat line called Embellish. She experimented with flipping houses. Robin also a co-founder of a skincare line, Glow RX. She even worked on opening up a franchise of skincare studio called Glow 30. Once again, we don't have any confirmation, but we'll keep you updated on this story. Yeah, we don't know whether Robin's coming back or not. I hope they don't bring her back. But that's pretty much the end of it. That's how it ends. And then we're going to talk about the reunion and what's going to be talked about on the reunion.